Hi guys, this is Abdul Karim. Today we are learning past perfect continuous. We have already discussed about past perfect, past continuous and past simple tense. But now we are talking about past perfect continuous. Before giving any information about that, you are requested to please subscribe my channel, share my video, watch till the end. Furthermore, I shared my WhatsApp number where you sent a lot of messages. I'm so happy that I replied you accordingly. If you have got any confusion which is left, so you may send another message to me. I will definitely answer you. Okay. Additionally, I'm gonna give some information or some tip or some trick to learn vocabulary. Means what happens? Sometimes it happens that you learn something like the vocabulary, like sentences, like verb, and after some time, because you don't practice about that, you forget that. Therefore, I have decided to tell you one tip which you apply, and after applying, after learning, you will never forget any kind of verb, any kind of vocabulary, any kind of sentence. Okay, so let's talk about past perfect continuous. Its structure is subject, had, been, verb, ing, and then object. For interrogative, always you need to place helping verb, which is had, before subject. For negative, you need to add not with helping verb, which is had or here. Where to use it? I'm gonna share two types of usage of that. First is all about whenever you talk about any particular time, or you are talking about the reference of time, or you are talking about the duration of time, so you use past perfect continuous. Because when you talk about the past perfect continuous, means something continued, something started in the past, continued in the past, but everything was in the past. There is no impact in present. So if you are mentioning the time reference over here, then we have to use past perfect continuous instead of past continuous. For example, she had been cooking since morning. Okay, she started cooking in morning. She continued it. I don't know whether she stopped or not, but here we are mentioning the time reference. Therefore, we are using past perfect continuous. Or they had been playing cricket since 2012. Okay, again, when you talk about since, whenever you talk about the since, we talk about point in time, and when we talk about for, we talk about the duration. Okay, so another example I'm sharing with you guys. I had been living in Karachi for 2 years. Okay, here, because I'm talking about and I'm having the reference of time, therefore I'm using past perfect continuous. Another usage of that. Once you are talking about the native speakers, like who are living in Australia, America, and UK, so they think that both are same, means both are giving the information. I'm talking about the past continuous and past perfect continuous, that the something was continued in the past, but there is a difference. Okay, now they tell and they teach us the difference. I'm gonna share with you, which is so necessary and so easy to make them different from each other, like the past continuous and the past perfect. How? For example, when you talk about past continuous, okay, it was raining outside. When I went out, I got wet. Okay, means when I went outside, I got wet. It was still raining. Okay, it was not stopped. But once you are talking about past perfect continuous, it had been raining outside. When I went out, I didn't got wet, but everything was wet. Means I could see the impact of that rain. Means something started in the past, it was stopped. Okay, it was continued, and after some time it was stopped, but the impact was present over there. Another example, my friend was crying. I went to him. I gave him a hug. Okay, while giving a hug, he was still crying. Or My friend had been crying for a long time. I went to him. I gave him a hug. Okay, while giving a hug, he was not crying, but I could see he had cried a lot. Okay, the impact was present. This is the difference. We can have the past continuous, between the past continuous and past perfect. So now time to talk about the tip, the trick. It's very simple. What happens if you remember anything, or if you learn something right now because you don't practice? I'm talking about the vocabulary, verb, sentences. So after some time you forget about that. Therefore, but if you talk about your childhood, any action you used to do in the past, whenever you try remember about that, okay, you remember, you get the information about that. Okay, this is what. So your mind reminds about that. That is the reason. That's why it means that our mind remembers the action. Okay, it forgets the words or the conversation, but it remembers the action. For example, if you are learning the verb which is play, so add an action with it. How? Play, play, play. After some time, if you forget what you learned, then if you do the same action, it will remind you that you learned about play. Another example, come, come, come. After some time, because you don't practice, you forget about that. If you do the same action, it will remind you about that verb which is come, come, come. I hope you have liked my video. My next video is about to come. It would be all about future. You are requested, please again share my video and like my video, subscribe my channel. Take care. Allah Hafiz.